what visa are you going to get? LTR visas have been approved. The minimum threshold is $500,000 to $1 million. Not everybody fits the criteria. Phuket isn't just a tourism destination anymore. It's a place where people are genuinely considering as one of those bolt hole locations for full-time life. When you're looking around the world for places to live, and I've lived in some amazing parts of the world. I've still got a place in Spain. I went there from the age of 16. It was amazing, but it wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted. And I found, lucky to find, Phuket. I've spent a long time traveling around trying to find these destinations where people can get like a little bit of everything. And Phuket gives you that little bit of everything to a certain style and quality that a lot of places just can't provide. The biggest issue that a lot of people always comment about is land ownership in Thailand and the fact that it's not really accessible to foreigners. And that's by design. A lot of ways to transfer over into your name, but realistically, it's 30 years with optional renewals in the contract. And whether that renewal happens, well, that's up to the developer, the certain circumstances, and no one has a crystal ball. So some people just aren't willing to take that risk. Other people are. When it comes to buying a property in Thailand, a lot of people say it's much easier to rent. And for the most part, they're right. If your budget isn't in the ballpark figure of certain amounts of money, don't bother. But also don't bother commenting. I don't comment on the fact that Rolls-Royce is raising its prices. It's not for me. That being said, when it comes to property and certain visas, it starts to become a real talking point. And actually, compared to other countries, there's so many visas that you can choose from. The DTV is a bit of an elephant in the room, which I will talk about in length and my opinions about it. However, it's a really good, easy access, multiple year visa that can get you in the country, and you're allowed to work remotely, but in Thailand. And that's amazing. That being said, you can't open up a bank account. You're not actually on a non-B visa, which means a work visa, and you're limited in what you can do. So then you start looking at other visas. And if you've got £100,000 kicking around, then actually you can buy yourself, well, look, the threshold is 3 million baht. If you buy yourself a 3 million baht condo, and it's normally going to be a little bit over for participating condominiums. But basically, for participating units, if you buy yourself a unit in there, freehold, for over 3 million baht, you can qualify for an investment visa. Now, that investment visa, you renew every year. The cost is about 30,000 baht, 32,000 baht every year. And that would give you the ability to stay in Thailand for 12 months at a time, just renew your visa every year. And that means that you can open up a bank account. It also means that it's a non-B, and that comes with its own perks. And realistically, that's where you want to be going for. Now, as a partner, if you're going to buy it with your spouse, then obviously you do need to be legally married, and there's lots of caveats to this visa. So don't just take it off this video. It depends on what you're purchasing. But basically, if you do go for this route, then the entry point is super low. A property at that threshold in a participating unit could get you around about 6 to 8% return on investment. I've been advising people for years, but I don't want to get slack on videos if you're not even my customer. So the reality is that if you were to go for an investment visa, you're basically entry level point would be 3 million baht. Now, understand that's not going to get you a lot of condo in Phuket. That's going to get you a 1 bedroom at best. If you are looking for a visa and an inn and you don't mind renting, then buying one of these condos that hits the threshold gives you your visa, it gives you your security, and it gives you your home base. And it doesn't mean that you have to live in that unit, but we call that a gateway property, and you can check on Easy Living Phuket gateway properties. The other way that a lot of people are leaning towards is on the higher end. So normally I don't deal with gateway properties. My company was famous for gateway properties back in the day. Let's say, for example, you have disposable income and you want to buy a place in Thailand if it gives you some perks, then you need to look at something called the LTR visa. The LTR visa gets you some incredible perks. You have the ability to stay in Thailand for up to 10 years. That in its own is amazing. My company facilitated a transaction for Samuel Leeds and his lovely wife Amanda Leeds, and that drew news attention because nobody knew what was going on. It's not a normal visa for people to actually genuinely go for. People know about it. There's lots of words on the internet about it, but it's not accessible to everybody because the minimum threshold is $500,000 to $1 million, depending on the route that you're going. But that isn't accessible to everybody. And I would say it's about 50% of our market. Now, only 8,000 LTR visas have been approved, 8,500, but still in the 8 range. And it goes to show that not everybody fits the criteria. The perks that come with the LTR visa, there's so many to list, but here are the basics. Number 1, you get 10 years in Thailand. Number 2, you get 0% tax on your worldwide income when you bring it into Thailand. That in its own is amazing. And the other thing is the fact that you're capped at 17% tax for your Thai raised income or your Thai investments. So let's say, for example, you buy your place for $1 million and you're getting a 7 to 10% return. Let's just make it easy numbers, 10% return on your investment. That is $100,000 a year you're making. But in Thailand, you've got a tax bracket that goes all the way up. That means that you're capped at 17% tax on your Thai earned income. That is incredible. Now, when you pair that with other perks, like the fact that Thailand has stopped taxable income on crypto earnings in Thailand for the next 5 years, and you pair that with the lifestyle that Thailand offers, come on, this is a match made in heaven for people with money, and you can't deny it. There are so many things that can go wrong in Thailand. Just follow the news. You can see all the negatives and whatever, but the positives and the lifestyle that Thailand brings is uncomparable to anywhere else in the world. I love Thai people. I think they're absolutely amazing, resilient, and so welcoming, but never ever make them angry. When you're looking at building a life in Thailand, when you're looking at putting money into a country that is so strict on certain things, but so free on others, there's so much advice out there. There's so many things that people need to know before making the move. And what I would suggest is following this channel, making sure that your situation is your situation, and try not to look at the comments too much, because people trying to say you can't buy property in Thailand or you can't do this in Thailand, they're not speaking from experience. I've been here for 15 years. I've been coming to Thailand since I was 12 years old. And my company, Easy Living Phuket, have won awards for making it easy for people to live in Phuket specifically. But actually, we do sell Asia-wide. So look, book a one-on-one call. If it's not myself, it's one of my agents. And believe me, everybody's situation will be heard out. But realistically, if you've got some money and you know what you want to do, then let us know. We can help.